The movie begins with a brilliant yet dangerous plan led by Charlie Croker, a man who knows exactly how to pull off the perfect heist. His mentor, John Bridger, has just been released from prison and reconnects with his daughter, Stella, while staying in Venice, Italy. Their conversation is short and filled with tension. Stella doesn't trust her father's criminal ways, and she jokingly asks if he has a receipt for the gift he plans to send her. Moments later, John meets up with Charlie and the rest of their team: Lyle, the tech genius; Left Ear, the explosives expert; Handsome Rob, the smooth-talking driver; and Steve Frizzelli, a skilled yet greedy member whose loyalty will soon be tested. Together, they plan to steal $35 million worth of gold bars, hidden in a heavily secured safe beneath a Venetian mansion. The team plants explosives under the safe, sending it crashing into the canals below, where John and Charlie expertly crack it open underwater. The moment they succeed, a thrilling speedboat chase ensues as they race through Venice's narrow waterways, pursued by police and security guards. Despite the chaos, they outsmart everyone and escape with the gold. Later, in the snowy mountains, the group celebrates their flawless heist. John raises a toast to Charlie, proud of how far his protégé has come. They laugh, dream about how they'll spend their fortune, and for a brief moment, everything seems perfect. But that moment doesn't last. As they drive along a bridge, the team is ambushed. Steve turns on them, revealing his betrayal. With his gun aimed at Handsome Rob, he demands control of the bus carrying the gold. John tries to talk him down, reminding him that greed never ends well, but Steve doesn't listen. He coldly shoots John in front of everyone and orders his men to dump the bodies. The bus plunges into the icy river below, and Steve fires at the sinking vehicle to make sure no one survives. Somehow, Charlie and the remaining crew escape, heartbroken and freezing, realizing they've lost both their mentor and their hard-earned gold. Months later, Stella has built a quiet life, working with the police as a professional safecracker. She uses her father's skills for good, helping solve crimes rather than committing them. But one day, Charlie shows up in her office, determined to get revenge on Steve and reclaim what's rightfully theirs. Stella initially refuses, insisting she isn't like her father. Yet that night, memories of John flood back, and she changes her mind. She calls Charlie, saying she wants to see Steve's face when they take his gold away, poetic justice for her father's murder. The next morning, Charlie gathers the team, introducing Stella as their new member. Together, they craft a complex plan that involves hacking traffic lights, planting explosives, and infiltrating Steve's home. Stella will act as their insider since Steve has never seen her. Meanwhile, Steve is trying to sell the stolen gold to Yevon, a money launderer who buys a few bars and promises to buy more later. The team spies on him from afar, collecting details and adjusting their strategy. To get closer, they pose as repair workers. Rob flirts with a cable technician to steal her uniform and van, while Left Ear sabotages Steve's TV connection to create a service call. When Steve calls the repair shop, Lyle intercepts the call, sending Stella straight to his doorstep as the cable lady. Wearing a hidden camera, Stella enters Steve's lavish house, pretending to check the cables while recording every detail. Steve, ever arrogant, brags about his wealth, his giant TV, and even flirts shamelessly with her. Through the camera feed, the team maps out his entire house, including the hidden safe. When Steve invites Stella out for dinner, she reluctantly accepts, knowing it might be her only chance to get close enough to complete the job. Afterward, she meets Charlie, shaken but determined. She admits it was hard to face the man who killed her father, but she's ready to finish what they started. The crew tests their Mini Coopers for the getaway, using weighted cargo to simulate the gold's mass. They soon realize the cars aren't strong enough to carry all the bars, so Rob introduces them to Wrench, a skilled mechanic who upgrades the vehicles for $10,000. Lyle, meanwhile, proudly demonstrates his hacking skills by manipulating traffic lights across Los Angeles, causing massive jams just for fun. Charlie watches him, impressed but focused. Every detail must be perfect. As preparations continue, Steve becomes paranoid. When Yevon mentions a gold heist in Venice, Steve's temper explodes. Accusing Yevon of talking too much, he kills him in cold blood. Moments later, Yevon's cousin, Mashkov, the ruthless leader of the Ukrainian mafia, arrives to find his relative dead. He vows revenge, ordering his men to track down the killer. This sets off a dangerous chain of events that will soon collide with Charlie's plan. Charlie and Left Ear meet an arms dealer nicknamed Skinny Pete to buy explosives for the bridge job. But word of Yevon's death spreads fast, and soon the mafia starts investigating everyone connected to the gold. When they interrogate one of Yevon's workers, they learn a man with long black hair had been asking about it, pointing them straight toward Steve. As the mafia closes in, Charlie's team prepares for the big move. Their plan almost falls apart when Steve's nosy neighbor throws a massive party, forcing them to postpone the explosion. With no other choice, Stella goes to her dinner date with Steve. At the restaurant, he flatters her, calling her too beautiful for a repair job. When he touches her hand, Stella's composure cracks. She repeats one of her father's favorite sayings, "I trust everyone, it's the devil inside them I don't trust." The line instantly reminds Steve of John, and realization flashes across his face. Before he can react, Charlie and the team walk in. Steve mocks Stella for her father's death until Charlie punches him square in the jaw. Later, back at their hideout, Charlie comforts Stella, promising they're close to justice. The next day, Lyle hacks into the traffic system again and learns Steve is planning to move the gold to Mexico using armored trucks and a helicopter escort. Instead of discouraging them, Charlie sees this as an opening. He calls in Wrench once more and finalizes the bridge demolition plan. When the day arrives, they shadow Steve's convoy from a distance. There are 3 identical trucks, decoys meant to confuse them, but Lyle identifies the real one, Truck 128, based on its heavy tires. He manipulates the city's traffic lights, steering the truck onto the exact path the team wants. The chase becomes intense. As the convoy speeds through crowded streets, the team races ahead in their modified Mini Coopers, slipping down staircases, cutting through alleys, and weaving through a train station. Lyle stops an oncoming train to clear the path, and the cars roar beneath the bridge, waiting for Wrench's signal. When it comes, Left Ear detonates the explosives, collapsing the road and sending Truck 128 crashing into the hole below. Within seconds, Wrench seals the opening to hide the damage. Steve's men scramble, confused, while Charlie and Stella open the truck's safe. To their shock, it's a new high-security model Stella hasn't seen before. She hesitates but pushes through, determined to prove herself. Sweat drips as she works the drill, listening to the faint clicks until, finally, the safe opens. The gold gleams in the dim light, and the crew bursts into cheers. They load the Mini Coopers and make their escape, but Steve isn't far behind. From his helicopter, he spots them and orders his men to fire. Bullets spray across the streets as the Coopers race through tunnels and highways. Eventually, Charlie manages to outmaneuver him, nearly getting sliced by the helicopter blades in a daring stunt. The team transfers the gold onto a train just in time. As the cars roll away, Steve lands nearby, furious and desperate. He bribes Wrench, offering him thousands of dollars to open the train car. But when the doors slide open, Charlie stands there, smiling. He tells Steve that the gold is back where it belongs, with the rightful owners, and that greed has finally caught up to him. Steve draws his gun, but before he can shoot, the Ukrainian mafia appears. Their leader steps forward, introducing himself as Yevon's cousin. Steve panics, denying any involvement in Yevon's death, but it's too late. Charlie had already made a deal with them, Steve, in exchange for peace. Before they take him away, Stella delivers one final blow, punching Steve across the face, justice for her father. As the mafia drags him off, still shouting and pleading, Charlie and the team quietly celebrate. They board the train, gold safely in hand, smiling as the city fades behind them. In the end, their victory isn't just about the gold. It's about trust, teamwork, and loyalty, the things Steve never understood. Each member played their part to perfection, proving that unity can overcome betrayal. As the train disappears into the horizon, Charlie's words echo in the background, they didn't just steal gold, they took back their pride. And that's how this incredible movie comes to an end. We'll meet again with another amazing story explained in detail. Until then, take care of yourself, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below.